What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you've seen my transformation, you know that I built my body from scratch as a teen lifter. And a big part of my progress actually came halfway through my transformation when I began using this workout split that I'm about to share with you. Now, it was very effective. I gained a ton of muscle, a lot of strength, became consistent, and I transformed my body within a relatively short amount of time. But the amount of training I was doing did take a large toll on my joints. So today I'm breaking down exactly how I trained, why it worked, and why I'm changing it. Now, about halfway through my 2-year transformation, I realized that I needed a more structured split. So I locked in to training 5 days a week, 2 muscles a day, and all sets taken to failure. I didn't have a set weekly schedule. I kind of just rotated muscle pairings based on how I felt and how I recovered. This ensured that all my muscles were getting equally worked and that I didn't have any overlap in my training. So here's an idea of what my workout split would look like on paper. Day 1, back and biceps. Day 2, triceps and quads. Day 3, chest and shoulders. Day 4, hamstrings, and then whatever muscle is recovered enough to work again, and then it repeats. You might be thinking to yourself, why do I split quads and hamstrings when I could just do one leg day? And I will cover this with more detail in another video, but basically it is to reduce the amount of lactic acid buildup, and it also helps me focus in on each specific muscle, which has helped a lot with my leg gains. Now, along with the hamstring and quad workouts, I will usually pair it with calves, and throughout the week I'll throw in an ab workout every now and then, but honestly it gets trained so much from all the other compound exercises that it's not essential, at least for me. Now, the main reason this split has worked so well for me in such a short amount of time is because of how consistent I was. It doesn't really matter what split you do if you're not consistent, because no matter what, you will not build adequate gains if you are not training enough. Now, this also goes along with diet and exercise selections, which I will cover in other videos, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to how consistent you are and how dedicated you are to your routine. Now, I mentioned at the start of this video that I am changing my split up due to joint pain, and I want to add a few more details to that and why it happened and what I will be doing with my split in the future. So recently I have began to develop pain in my forearms during bicep curls, and overall my joints, shoulders, everything has been feeling quite worn out, and I've come to the realization that this is due to the high volume and very high intensity sets that I was doing. Now, of course, you need to push yourself during exercises. You need to do sets to failure, but that does not have to be every set, and you don't have to do 4 sets of every exercise for an hour and a half workout, because over time that is going to damage your joints as it has damaged mine. So yes, while the split has completely transformed my body and I've gained so much muscle, it's not very good for longevity, and I'm going to have to switch it up for my health. It's very important to listen to your body, especially when it comes to muscles and joints. Now, the only real thing I'm changing about my split is the volume and intensity, along with adding a joint-focused workout to my routine, which I will cover in another video. So if you are where I was, young, motivated, wanting to pack on some size, then still train hard. Push yourself, be consistent, but watch your recovery. The goal is to build muscle for life, right? Not just a few years. At the end of the day, you have to find out what works for your body. My old split worked for me for a long time. For your genetics, your recovery, your life, all that's different. So don't just copy exactly what I did. Take what helps you, test it, adjust it, and find your style of training that keeps you healthy, strong, and excited to train. So that is the split that I used to build my body and why I am now changing it. In future videos, I will go over my diet, my updated exercises, and how I am training for longevity. Along with this, I've just started bulking, so I will be posting update videos on that and really take you along for the journey of my growth through that bulk. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.